I got a job for you, Temp.
Well, I'm on Smoko, so leave me alone.
Best boots 2024. Feed the algorithm, you might get fed.
There's like 7 different kinds of boots in here.
8. Just eliminate whatever you like less than your work boots. Show me what's better. Oh, and Temp, no smoking.
ADV boots suck on long rides with no dirt, and touring boots kind of feel like a redundancy sometimes next to the rest of the lineup in a working man's mudroom. But once this starts happening, or this, probably time for something purpose-built. Now, one of these is a trusty classic, one of them is a fancy liar, and the other one's just weird. Guess which one I like? The Andes Drystar V2 has been an all-around straight shooter for years now, with comfort and affordability in the crosshairs.
Shift pads, plural, are TPU, plastic. Shin pads and ankle guards are TPR, rubber. And the accordions are microfiber and the rest is leather.
Using their own in-house Drystar membrane keeps it under $300 and waterproof up to about here, but you only get a 2-year warranty. Can I just get a quick 5 minutes outside?
No, dude, mine's on my back. I'm going.
And the breathability of the Drystar material in a black leather boot with my sweaty dogs inside is kind of a moot point.
But we've got plenty of venting. It's a grand opening. With stiff boots, this can help with shifting, sure, but it feels about as secure as a rain boot.
So these bottom flaps don't actually adjust anything, they just cover the zipper. And then the top flap, even when maxed out, still leaves kind of a lot of room right here. Admittedly, we have pretty skinny ankles.
When you're used to buckles or laces, it's tough to feel really secure here in the Andes.
But if this is your style and it's maybe too hot to layer up and you don't have the cankles required for a secure fit, you might want to consider investing in some seedies.
Gaia ADVs from Seedy have a tighter fit all around with a little stretch panel here for zipping under tension. There's another one here and removable arch support, so overall it's a more tailored feel, and with a classic commando sole stitched to premium leather, you retain a bit of that work boot sense of utility.
Except it's not leather, this is all microfiber, and these stitches aren't even real, they're molded into the rubber, how dare they?
Calm down, dude.
Sorry, I mean the microfiber keeps it lighter, but this is just catfishing. So I like to wear my pants over the boot. Of course, you can take up some of this space by stuffing your pants into the boot, but it's far from a precise adjustment and it's kind of uncomfortable.
Where Gore-Tex shines these days is just the lifetime warranty, and the Gaia ADV flaunts it all the way to the top. The shift pad is prominent, which makes the dummy pad on the right foot even dumber. Symmetry is appealing in general, but I don't like paying for it.
And speaking of questionable value, the Gavias are lined with something called Cambrel.
Cambrel is the world's leading comfort lining. The bi-component fibers in Cambrel mean the lining constantly adapts to the motion of the foot. This, in turn, produces countless microscopic air pockets that allow air to circulate and add to the cushioning effect to create a constant, comfortable microclimate around the foot.
That marketing jargon smells worse than my feet. And that website is so poorly done, they didn't even try to animate how it works. We got that shit from a Febreze commercial. So it's $430 for fancy membranes and liners and no leather. I mean, they do fit better, but these fake in-molded pseudo stitches, I mean, come on. I, for one, am ready to break the mold.
The Allans from Icon are supremely comfortable. They feel like snowboard boots and, for better or worse, look like it, but they also come in black, and the lighter colors should be cooler.
Compared to the Seedies and Alpine Stars, they're more flexible this way and have similar support this way.
J like the letter, I'm making several waves. I know the mission is same. I made a splash, now all of my passes last like running a race with Usain. I keep it coming like this is a buffet. And if I'm stumbling, I'm in the craze. Never gon' fumble it, I get the bag and I run with it.
If Ryan smells smoke in here, it's your ass, .4.
There's a much more secure fit thanks to the BOA system, which I normally steer clear of because I've sheared them off on rocks before, but the Allans protect them with this D3O shield along with your lower shin. So the Allans can accommodate a thicker sock for colder weather, but they don't require one to make it fit.
With a wider toe box, there's wiggle room on those long or cold rides, while the rest of your foot and ankle are snug thanks to the BOA system. But still, even in a 47, they fit under my shift lever easily. It's a lower profile than most boots, and I can walk in them all day.
The upper material is made from genuine leather treated with Tech Tough, and Icon says that these boots are, quote, ready for the harshest of ADV use. I strongly disagree. Not with this skater sole, but I have other taller boots for that kind of riding, and these will keep me safe and very comfortable for everything else.
Not having a tall leather upper is okay when I ride in the right pants, and I don't need flood protection either. If I'm crossing rivers, it'll be in my Tech 7s. So a gaiter anywhere above the ankle is sufficient, and the waterproof membrane is from Event Fabrics, a formidable Gore-Tex competitor.
Now I see the D3O tag here and plenty of embossing in all the protection areas. I also see stitches, but I don't know how deep they go. And I heard from another review that there might be a steel shank in here, but no one's able to confirm that. Icon won't call me back, and I definitely can't pick it up with a magnet. So luckily we have an extra pair of these, and we'll cut this one open with a circular saw very quickly and see what's inside. To protect my eyeballs from chunks of flying footwear, I'm gonna wear these Lose-Ons from Flying Eyes. I like the clear lenses for when it's low light but still too hot for my shield. However, they're not safety rated, so for this project, I'm gonna double up. Oh, these neck gaiters are back in stock too, by the way. No sparks, no steel. It's a stiff polycarbonate, but that's not steel. Ah, D3O ankle protector. Okay, so we got some more polycarbonate here. This stuff looks like it's the same material as the shank. It's really stiff, but it's not D3O. So these embossed areas look like they're holding an injected plastic. All right, so these are our stitches. They're real stitches, but they're basically decorative because they're just going through that top piece of rubber. They're not going through the midsole into the actual soles. All right, so after some dissection, we have found D3O pads on both sides for our ankles, but the rest of these little embossed panels, I thought they were just a design feature, but it's actually housing these little chunks of, I guess, injected thermoplastic, which is a little bit more protection. Kind of a nice surprise. I wonder why they don't tell us what's inside these shoes. There's so much cool stuff going on in terms of construction that's not listed on the website. Kind of a shame. Anyway, can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Nope.
So after giving the Allans the old riding boot Blood Eagle, we've determined that they do not have a steel shank, but they still feel plenty stiff when standing on the pegs for light ADV use. And sure, these stitches don't really do anything, but the thermobonding on the layers in the sole feel pretty damn permanent. We've got D3O and everywhere that we really want it, the ankles, and then that funky hot glue gun looking plastic protection stuff pretty much everywhere else. So thanks to the Allans for road rides, touring, and fire roads, I can finally hang my Danners up to dry for once. Thanks for watching. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, we should exam shot now, yeah?
Sure, man, whatever you gotta do. Thanks. Like and subscribe. So after 46.4 exploded, I rode these boots for over 20,000 kilometers of highway, back roads, and dirt roads in all types of weather conditions other than snow and ice. Basically, my best stab at whatever light ADV could possibly mean. And I have to say, I'm pretty disappointed. First of all, the BOA system is great for a snug fit, but if you over tighten, you get a lot of discomfort in the Achilles tendon and all the way up the calf. It's easy enough to pop the buckle and loosen them, but then I was snagging this cable on my foot peg whenever I put my foot down. It was maddening. Sure, we could chalk that up to user error, fine. But what's not my fault is that these things are hot as hell. Anywhere north of 75 degrees and my feet were roasting. I was filling these boots up with sweat, and then they take forever to dry out because they're by design not ventilated. Sure, that waterproof membrane is breathable, but it's not enough. And this should be a reasonable trade-off for waterproofing, but in heavy rain, they leaked through the toes on both shoes. And furthermore, this Tech Tough additive on the genuine leather, it's not really leather and it's definitely not genuine at all. It's basically like the particle board of leather. There's leather in it, plus all these bonding agents and additives, which are marketed as an upgrade, but really it's just bringing this material up to snuff with something like top grain leather. And finally, this sole isn't just slick in terms of the tread pattern, the material itself is too hard. It's not tacky enough for grip on anything other than dry concrete, especially if you're standing on a wet OEM foot peg. If the teeth aren't sharp enough on your peg, you're slipping and sliding all over the place. All in all, buying these boots, smoking cigarettes, and that pervy-ass mustache are 3 terrible decisions 46.4 made that ultimately led to his demise. So stick with what you got or go with something industry-proven like the Andes Drystars, and you'll be a lot better off. Thanks for watching.